Hello and welcome to my first ukulele tuition video on Patroen. Thanks for being here and I hope you get something from this. The title of this is called Add One Finger, which would suggest adding a single finger to something that you already know. Chords like C major to G7 to an E7 to an E minor. By adding or removing or moving slightly one finger, you will get tremendous results. Okay, and I'm going to prove it. But first of all, we need to explain a couple of things. There are some pretty interesting chord names coming up, such as C sus4, E minor plus 9 and blah, 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 blah. So as well as those, I'm going to use the chord number system. So before we get stuck into it, just right at the beginning, I need to just verify that everybody understands the chord number system. Now, when I do the chord number system, it always starts with this string here, which is the one nearest your nose. Okay, so it's that one, that one, that one, and that one. Okay, so the easy rhyme to remember is nose to toes, because that's what we're doing. We're looking down our ukulele. Okay, now the numbers are only the frets which are actually pressing down, or the strings and frets that you're pressing down. So for example, if I take a C major, which everybody knows, it would be, remember it starts on this string, always starts on this string, so that's 0, 0, 0, and what fret's this on? 3. Okay, so 0, 0, 0, 3. If I was going to play a C7, that would be 0, 0, 0, 1. That makes sense? Okay. If I was doing a more complicated shape like that one, a regular G7, that would be 0, 2, 1, 2. Has everybody got that? Does that make sense? Always start on that string and only say a number for what you're pressing, or if it's basically an open string, we're going to call that 0. All right, fantastic. So let's take our regular shape of C, which is here. Okay, all play along. Now, by adding one finger, which is what this is all about, obviously the name of the chord's going to change. It adds a little bit of spice as well. So if I come across to our third string here, and on the second fret, that has a posh name of C add 9. C add 9. Okay, and this will be written on the sheet in front of you as well. If you haven't got it, you should be able to download it from the Patroen website. Okay, so C add 9 is 0203. So what else can I do with a C? Well, basically I can add to the second string first fret, and that sounds like this. Yeah, and that is called C sus4. Wow, there's a fancy name. C sus4. Or in number wise, it's 0013. Make sense? I always like to play these chords with the starter chord first. So, and our first one was. So you can hear the difference of the two. Okay, now also with the C, you can add on an A minor. Just adds a little bit of something to it. You're adding an extra octave here, because if I'm just doing this, I've got two notes doing the same thing. So if I add the C to it as well, although it's an octave higher than that, it is an octave higher, so it adds a bit of spice. So it's still called A minor, but for today's purposes, we're going to call it A minor plus C, because that's just straightforward, isn't it? Okay, A minor plus C. Okay, if I drop this on the 4th string down 1 fret, how nice is that? That is called a C augmented. Okay, getting the hang of this. Okay, so we already did this one, which was A minor plus C. Now if I lift this up another one, I'm going to change my fingers actually. So now we've got 3003. It gives me an alternate C7, just has a different sound to it. Okay, let's dispense with C for the time being and have a look at E minor. Okay, so E minor, a little diagonal. Okay, now this is fun, and it adds again a lot of spice in this particular case, because I'm going to remove this finger and this one is going to cover 2 strings. nice eerie chord, isn't it? Got it? Okay, where can we go from there? Let's have a look at our regular D minor. So D minor, and we're going to add a C to it, okay? You're doing a lot of this adding Cs. So that's a regular D minor. That's a D minor 7th when we add our C, D minor 7th. Okay. Now we're going to look at an E7th. As an E7th sounds like... And the chord number of E7th is 1202, 1202. And basically what I'm going to do is lift up what's on the 4th string up 1 fret. Okay, so that's directly above this one that's here. A little bit of a tight squeeze, but listen to the sound. So that is called E7 sus 4. Wow. E7 sus 4. So basically our number is 2202. Now I'm going to play some of those chords now in a tune just to prove that they're not just chords for the sake of playing chords. They are used, and you often find composers when they write songs is they'll work with simple chords to start with, then they'll add little bits to it. So in this case what I'm going to do is just play some of these chords and see if you can recognize it. Okay, so we got this any ideas what that is? I'll play it again. Okay, so I'm going to attempt to sing over the top of that. Okay, so what have we got? No, I can't forget this evening, though your face says you were leaving, but I guess that's just the way the story goes. Isn't that pretty? Okay, so I'm not going to play the whole piece, but I just want to show you by adding one finger to standard chords that you already know, what a difference it makes to the actual sound and the accompaniment. We're now going to go more simplified, and we're going to look at some 12-bar blues using 3 chords, because that's all there is, but 3 chords plus and what we call a tap. So our extra finger is going to do something special to that chord as well. So there's 3 root chords, but there's 6 chords in total. Okay, so I want you to remember also patterns. Okay, this is pattern 1. So we're going to go from a regular C to an A minor with a C. Okay, so C to an A minor plus C. And what I want us to do is this. Yeah, so off, on, just like that. Okay, and then we're going to do our second pattern, which is F and a C, so a regular F with a C, okay, then a D minor 7th. Now to make that a D minor 7th, all I need to do is tuck this little finger underneath that one. So, see what I've done? So let's, without, with it, without, with it. Yeah, so what have we got there? We got... Then it goes back to the first one. I'll give you the order later on, but then it goes back to that second one. Back to the first one. Now to finish our 3-chord sequence, or 6 as we're doing with a tap, we're going to use a G7th, and we're going to reach up to the 3rd string 4th fret. So that sounds like this. Okay. See what I'm doing? So it's a regular G7th, and the tap is going to be with the pinky on the 4th fret 3rd string. Back through pattern 2, and then pattern 1. And what we call a turnaround chord is a G7, and we're going to put an extra finger next to that one. Okay, so this is in fact doing nothing, but it's easy to remember because you all know the shape of G7. To leave that where it is and just stick that on, that sounds like this. Okay, that's G augmented 7. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play it really slowly, and I'm going to shout out what pattern to play. So remember, so pattern 1 is, pattern 2 is, pattern 3 is. Okay, hope you're paying attention. Here we go. So this is it from the beginning. Pattern 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pattern 2. Pattern 1. Pattern 2 now. And pattern 1. Pattern 3 coming up. Pattern 2. Pattern 1. And our turnaround chord. Okay, so this is a video, of course, so you can play this back and play it to your heart's content. But there are 3 patterns there. And so it just adds a little bit of flavour to it. Of course, you could change the speed. And so on and so forth. Whatever you want to do, that is the sequence. Okay, so I'm going to work on an ending now for you, and I'm going to use a lot of the chords that we've used already. So it starts with our D minor 7th. Remember, that's a D minor plus a C. Okay. Now we're going to do a variation now on our G7. Okay, so we're not actually adding a finger on this one. We're going to move a finger. Okay, so we're going to move what's on the first string. We're going to go to there. Okay, that sounds like, which is another sus4 chord. So it says G7 sus4. Okay, so our next one then would actually take that down to the G7. Okay, and then we're going to do our C sus4. I think we did this earlier on. Okay, so that was 0013, and then C. Then we're going to reach over to the 3rd string 2nd fret, and then a regular C. So let me do those last 4 chords. So we've got, let me do that again. So got it? Yeah. So how does that sound if we put the other chords in? So we've got, so this has been all about adding one finger, or in one particular case, moving one finger. And it's quite surprising, the results that you get melodically, and it's great if you're playing songs or writing songs or whatever, just adding those extra little bits in, and it makes you sound different to everybody else. I hope you've enjoyed this. Any questions at all, there is a comment section and you can come back to me, and if you want me to go over any particular part of this workshop again, I'm quite happy to do that. Okay, so I hope it's been a load of fun, and until the next one, take care, cheers for now.